Welcome back to the BrandProof Podcast, interview number 4. We have an awesome show today because it's a little bit different than what we've kind of done in the past. Wouldn't you say, Lindsay?
Definitely.
I mean, usually in the past, we always talk about marketing and branding, and we just stick with that. Today, we're skewing it a little bit different because our audience is generally small business owners. Well, guess what? We have 2 awesome local small business owners. They're going to tell us their story, their experience, and just a little bit of highlights and tidbits of what they have to offer you guys at home. But in the meantime, be sure you like, subscribe, and comment below because I know that I've definitely been reading everything that you guys have been writing or suggesting or emailing to us as well. So, Lindsay, with that said, do you want to introduce a little bit?
Yes, but what makes it really unique today is we have 2 guest interviews, 2 guests with us.
I know.
Yeah,
and
one.
You know what makes it even better than that?
What?
Well, I have a little bit of bourbon that is coming your way, okay?
Yes, and our guests do too. So we'll introduce what each of us have chosen to drink today on the podcast.
So who do we got today, Lindsay?
Oh, I'm so excited. We have Miss Marti Webster and Mr. Daniel Cox IV, and they have lived branding, business evolution, and they also are all about making a community impact, making a community better and thrive. So, without further ado, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome, guys,
Thank you,
to the
Ryan.
BrandProof Podcast.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
We're ecstatic that you guys could be here today because, I mean, we have never done a 4-person podcast. So for us, this was very exciting. And since Lindsay kind of has a history with you guys and knows you guys, it makes it even better.
Yes, and very much respect. But if I tried to explain what both of you have done in your careers, we would be here all day. So I'm going to let you give the audience a little bit of background information of who you are, journey of business, and how you got to our area. You want to start, Marti?
Okay.
Always.
Marti Webster. I have just retired a few years ago from a 30-year career in insurance. So, nothing sexy about it for sure. We all have to have it. But It was a career that was embedded in me. My dad was in the business, and I just followed his footsteps. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Love people. Love people. And so the heart of what I wanted to continue was that connection that I've always had with people and being that people person and wanting to connect people with experiences, fun stories, fun food, great events.
And you've done a great job at it.
Thank you.
For sure.
And helping a small downtown grow, for sure.
And we're going to get into how you helped about that. So, but Daniel?
So I want to give honor to God.
Absolutely.
This space is something that I've dreamt of. What you guys are getting ready to do here is state of the art. This is what the world needs, these independent studios that can do what they want to do.
Right.
Have a news director, a producer.
Right.
It's a one and all. It's a one and all.
My sister is in the industry, so I understand how this works a little bit.
Right.
But to be able to tell stories, I was born to tell stories. Marti tells stories. I mean, I've been hearing her stories for 10 years now. They don't get old. It's just, this is what it's about. We will give you a disclaimer. We don't know everything.
Neither do I. So you're in good company here.
So we're not going to try to be the top 5 things you need to do to make your business go to 0 to 500,000 in 2 days. We won't sell you any of that stuff.
Right.
We're going to tell you what we've done, whether it was right or wrong. But the thing is, we tried it.
Sure.
Right. And I think I've oftentimes told you, I feel like you're a dynamic duo because you had that sales finance background. You're very analytical, strategic thinking. Marti, you have that customer service vibe. And I think that you both have the strengths and together you have been very successful. But I do want to pivot to when you moved to this area within the last few years. How many years have you been here now?
6 now.
Now
Almost
6.
six,
Okay. You both left big city, right? And then you came to an area that has smaller towns and cities. And so will you kind of tell us how you decided to pursue what you've pursued downtown and what was that?
Well, really, real estate development is what brought us here. And of course, Daniel just knew this. He just learned this shortly after we got here in 2020, was my desire to be back to the beach.
Yes.
You know, from a young person, we lived in Nebraska where it was very, very cold. And I just enjoyed the stories that we were learning and hearing about the beach. We finally got to travel. And I always said at a young age, this is where I wanted to live. So we're back. And the real estate development, I'll let Daniel talk a little bit more about that. But getting the connection with the beach and just that flow that brings back to you. And then traveling north to all of the home improvement stores. We never really made it much past Home Depot, you know, or Lowe's.
Oh, right.
And then we started to experience Foley in downtown and just check into what was there and what was available and what the fun spots were. And then we discovered Scuttlebutt Pub and Foley Coffee Shop. And
Was there anything in particular to Foley that was it the beaches close by?
For me, because I'm from a small town.
Okay.
And part of my college foundation with my father is we went around and helped grow the foundation of our small state college in my hometown. And so I was a part of meeting with small business owners and seeing the people every day from 9 to 5 going into their businesses and bringing their families in and just, we couldn't wait to go to a certain T-shirt shop, or we couldn't wait to go to a certain coffee shop or an ice cream store. Just that love that was there.
So kind of that family friendly.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm like, this is such a great place.
Okay. So then you purchased 2 businesses downtown.
Yeah,
Tell us a
so-
little bit about that.
Which is crazy.
I know. Not just one, but 2.
As an
I kind of feel that
entrepreneur.
way some days. Like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah.
What?
What prepared us is, getting into home real estate development with no experience,
Yes.
and doing that and learning how to do it, and how to build, and then learning that you're good at making it with systems, how to really make things bring chaos into something complex and make it simple.
Right.
You don't start from simple, make it complex. You make complex simple.
And
Right.
chaos is
Right.
right.
And
Chaos
the
is
chaos.
right.
So that's what we're good at, and we're getting trained every day. There's always something going on.
Sure.
But when we bought one business, which we had no experience in, but we bought it within 30 days. And
We had experience drinking in Dive Bar.
Yeah, tell them what that business is.
yes, but we almost bought a couple bars in Nashville before we moved here. It was
Okay.
just really weird.
Yeah.
We went through the finances of both of those, and one of those bars is doing crazy. The other ones they shut the building down, but the one that we were going to buy at the end is a multi-million-dollar one
Right.
that we walked away from. We had first dibs on it, but that was not. We even moved around the corner right by it.
Yes.
And at the end, we decided not to do it because it didn't feel right.
Sure.
So we ended up moving to Gulf Shores. I never knew Gulf Shores existed.
And for those that don't know, there is a beach in Alabama.
Yes.
It's the Alabama Gulf Coast. And Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, Foley, they're all within a 10-mile radius of each other.
Sure.
Yeah. So.
Less than that,
like that.
actually.
Yeah.
The Foley is right next to Orange Beach, Magnolia Springs, and Gulf Shores.
Right.
But I went to college in Pensacola. I graduated in college in the 90s in Pensacola.
Oh, really?
Right.
And never knew Gulf Shore existed.
That's funny.
Wow.
And, yeah,
I
that's
did.
People
what,
say that.
I
They
did.
don't
that's-
know. Yeah.
It's not very
You can
far.
access it
so.
from I-10. You don't have to come down 180, whatever.
But Scuttlebutt Pub is the
Yes.
name of the first one that we were going to talk
Scuttlebutt
about.
Pub is a dive bar we purchased 2.5 years ago. It'll be
It'll be 4 years in November.
It'll be 4 years in November.
Right.
Foley Brunch and Supper Club is 4 doors down from it.
3 years in November.
3 years. We,
Somehow November's the month.
everything we
That is the
did,
month.
we buy
met in November, we
cars,
got cars,
houses,
yeah.
and businesses in November. We started seeing a pattern.
My
We'll
mom's
talk-
birthday month, so
We'll
I
talk
guess
about
maybe
that
that's
later.
And so you've never owned a bar and you've never owned a restaurant,
No.
and now you have 2
Yes.
within a couple years.
And they're 4 doors
Right.
down from each other, and we own
And the
building.
idea for the restaurant came because we wanted to do food in Scuttlebutt. But then realizing what that was going to take and time frame and cost wise, like, well, maybe we'll do that in the building at some point. But then when the restaurant came up for sale,
That was
that was something that was like, wow, it's 4 doors down. It's right there.
That was her idea. I knew about it, that it was for sale, but I didn't say anything to her
okay.
because I knew she was going to say no.
But that is
You did. I
I knew. Like, no,
Like,
we're
one more
gonna
thing.
do
But
this.
that is
Yeah.
smart, because if you have to build out someplace that you lease and or own, that is a lot that has to go into
It was a
converting
lease,
it to a
and
restaurant.
we'd already done the plans for it. We knew what
Yeah,
it
we
was going
did.
to cost. Paid a lot of money for the
Well,
plans.
it's amazing because as an entrepreneur and having owned an acquisition company myself, it generally takes, it takes us about 6, 7, 8 months for plans to go through from initial day you see something to closing day.
Right on.
And for you guys to do that in the time you did
Yes,
is
it's
just
impressive.
amazing.
So we hired this gentleman. He's no longer with us, but he was a genius. And we brought him to our house. 2 weeks, he had just lost his job. We met him because we're always out circulating money in all of Baldwin County and Pensacola. We circulate money all over. And he lost his job. He reached out. We brought him in the house for 2 weeks straight. And we worked on all the recipes and all the procedures and all the manuals. We were able to buy that business within 30 days. And when we closed at 10 o'clock that morning, we're open at 11:30.
No hiccups. No, we're going to shut down for a
We
month.
never called them and asked them about anything because
anything.
Marti and I, and we've done this. We've done this
Yep.
twice now.
Yeah.
And it's really, don't know how we do it, but we've been able to just. But now, building something from the ground up is a different.
yes.
thing.
Yes.
Yes.
You probably know that.
Yes.
We don't. So we're learning that it's. We can go in and go, okay, those walls are green, da da da. But when you go in from the ground up, from the dirt, and building the concept, and the branding, and
Well,
the
tell
name.
me a little bit about that. I saw on Facebook the ground opening the other day, but I really want to understand the concept. I know that the home, it was a home that you built, but it's in a commercial zone in our downtown area. Beautiful home, and has a lot of history in that home. And a lot of the community members are very connected to that house
Correct.
because of the family that owned it.
Right.
And so I want you to tell everyone watching about purchasing that, what made you purchase it, and what you have broken ground
So
to
the
do.
early bird gets the worm. I don't get up early, but I
Okay.
stay up late. Like I was up to 4 o'clock this morning. So on Zillow, and I'm not sophisticated, I'm not on MLS. Every property we've ever purchased, I found on Zillow at 12:01 p.m.
That's
a.m.
AM.
Every time they hit it early,
Right.
Wow.
and I'm up. Nobody else is up, so when I saw the property, it says it is zone commercial. I knew exactly where it was at, and I jumped on it. And
And we're going to see it. And I'm like, what are we doing? We already have two kids. Like, what are we doing?
Yes.
You know, we already have a house.
And I was surprised it was zone commercial. Do
Yeah.
you know there's a veterinarian office next to it, but that's really the only business on that whole
That's it.
area right there.
Right there.
So,
Right there.
But
yes.
when I saw that, I knew I wanted to get into commercial real estate.
Okay.
That's where the money's at. That's where the appreciation and some other things, we'll go into that later. But I knew there was value add. I like value add. How do I add value to whatever we're going to buy? So that's what I look for is how can I add that value? How can I instantly create appreciation in a property? And so when I saw it, and one of the daughters is actually a real estate agent.
Okay.
So they had emotional attachment. And I told our real estate agent, said, tell them if anybody else, even the people next door who are going to be building next door, if they buy this property, they're tearing the house down. And that's all it took. I said,
And it was the truth,
and
right?
I said,
Right,
we
it
will
was the
never
truth.
From a certain
tear
point of view.
the house. We will never tear the house down.
Right.
So the garage, that's going away. I said the house will stay.
And you kept by your promise.
Yes. And
Yeah.
what initially I planned to put back, there was 12 hotel units in the back.
Okay.
And our bank for 2 years said no.
In
Our
the
bank-
plans.
Yes.
Okay.
Our banker said no for 2 years.
So what are you doing with the property, with this building?
So we're going to take the house, add a restaurant kitchen into it, and we're going to have potentially 2 restaurant concepts in the same building.
Okay.
Then we're going to put a coffee shop and a wine store inside.
Oh, wow. That's
And then in
exciting.
the back is going to be a swim-up bar with a tiki bar, rooftop, with cabanas. Some of them you can rent If you want to have a cabana boy, we can talk about that. And then next door, we're building 22 short-term rentals.
Brian, you could
Send
be
your
a good
resumes.
cabana
I could
boy.
be an
Yes.
excellent
Yes,
cabana boy.
and resumes for cabana boys will
And you
come
gotta wear
directly
short
to me.
shorts.
So explain this to me. Will people stay there? Is it a
Short-term rentals only. We want
Okay.
fresh money, fresh people in there. all the
okay?
time.
And how many can stay at a time? What is the maximum capacity going to be?
Gosh,
Depending on how because we bought an existing 2 acres next door, those plans were already approved. So we can't change the internal site plans. So they're all 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,016 square feet.
Okay.
So some of them will be, 6 people. Some of them will be 8 to 10.
Which is a great idea for our downtown. I think we've talked about our Foley Main Street a time or two on
couple
the last
times, for sure.
in the
It's gonna be
interviews. But
instant.
it's up, it's coming. It's really has gained momentum, would you say, in the last couple of years. And they did a study, and most of the people wanted new restaurants downtown, new shopping experiences downtown, but they also needed residents and or a place to stay, because there's not a lot of short-term places to stay.
Which is what I
downtown.
was going to ask you guys, because I've been seeing this a lot on Facebook and I don't know why. But a lot of entrepreneurs, locals, have been asking on Facebook if I were to build a new business in this area, what would it be? And I know they're looking for suggestions. So how did you guys come up with your new build?
Yeah,
how
this
did
concept.
This concept, like,
Well-
we wanted
did you-
somewhere fun to go.
you-
We want
Yeah.
somewhere fun to go, somewhere to stay out late at night at, somewhere to bring live entertainment, good food,
So we can come too, even if we're not staying there?
camaraderie.
So-
Absolutely,
Okay.
What Marti's saying, she's giving you
absolutely.
the absolute, that is the simplest answer. But I'll go one step further. What you just said was, we read the reports 3 years ago.
Yep.
Check. Oh, you need that? Check. So there'll be a small market in
Right.
there.
Right.
So we're checking off. It's on 98, but it doesn't have to be complicated.
Which is a major, is it state highway?
It's a state
Yeah,
highway.
state highway.
It doesn't have to be that complicated.
Right.
If there's a need, you fill it. So
if there's a need, you fill it.
That's
There
what
you
Right.
go.
Is
There's
right.
that what you learned in business class
Right.
the first
No,
day?
and a lot of people didn't take business classes. A lot of entrepreneurs,
Or
you know.
even whatever. So not even business, but it's like you find a need and you fill it.
Right.
It's a simple entrepreneur 101, whether you're college educated, third grade education. If there's a need, you fill that. So
Right.
we're going back to what Marti says is, when we're out 9 o'clock at night in Foley, and even Gulf Shores, there's no places to eat. There's very few places. Sometimes
Very
you want a little bit
limited.
low light.
Unless you want the Waffle House, and sometimes I do.
Hey,
Waffle
hey,
House is
Sometimes I
about-
do.
it's got its place and it's got its
Cheesy
moment.
eggs aren't bad.
You'll
Yeah.
never hear me
Cheesy
talk
eggs.
down
I wish
about a
we could
waffle.
turn our restaurant into a waffle house.
Yeah, maybe like a
It's the supper
cool
club.
niche.
Yes.
Hence
Yeah.
the supper club.
So
yeah.
we wanted to have places for adults to hang out. That's going to help facilitate the growth. The mayor told me 3 years ago, hey, I grew up here my whole life, and I didn't understand this 3 years ago. He says, this town has been, by 5 p.m., it rolls up the sidewalks. I'm like, well, what Marti and I are called to do, we're the chief fun officer and the chief party officer.
I like it. I
CFO,
like
We
it.
right?
can do
Yeah.
things that that government can't do. The government's not for fun. They're for safety
Right.
and well-being. and
Infrastructure, yeah.
infrastructure. We supply the fun parts that they're not good at. It's not in their wheelhouse. It's not.
But you enhance the community.
We can. That's what and so it doesn't have to be, we have a selfish agenda. Our selfish agenda, and we'll tell you this, we want places we can go.
No, we don't
Sure.
have to get in the car and drive an hour, and we want to be able to bring that too. And helping Downtown Foley grow has been a vision of ours, and meeting people such as yourself and Darylyn, and becoming part of the Foley Main Street Board. We met Darylyn on our first trip down here.
We met her at,
We came into the conference room there in Foley Main
but we
Street.
also met her out at other places.
Yeah,
It's
and I
happened,
mean, we
yeah.
just fell in love with her, and we're like, wow, if this is the lady,
She's a
we can-
California girl like me.
right on. And
California boy.
if this is the lady we're going to work with, that's going to help us
Yes.
with our intentions.
We can
And
help accelerate her
This
vision.
is going to work great.
We can help accelerate the mayor's
Yep.
vision. We know, look, I don't have to buy a $5,000 publication to know what's lacking in Foley.
Or in any small community. And it sounds
Right.
like
Yes.
not only did
Correct.
you do your due diligence of researching which community to invest in, then you structured a plan where you did it a step at a time, right? But then you also, in that period of time, really got connected within the community to know the government officials, to know the movers and shakers, to know the new initiatives. But a lot of times, small business owners, whether they're just opening their business or they've been in it so much and they're a one-man show or a five-man show, but they still have so much behind the scenes going on, they don't feel comfortable stepping in and meeting the community. So do you have any advice on how to do that if you don't feel comfortable, and where they should reach out to begin to meet the
So
community?
you get with a Marti.
So tell us, Marti, this is a question
So
for
that's
you.
what you do.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's don't be scared. And it is a leap of faith. And when it comes from the heart and you really are working every day on what your intentions are and what your why is, and Daniel and I talk about that all the time.
Yes.
You know, we are not everyone's cup of tea. You know, you either like us or you don't. You either see our vision or you don't. Daniel's a big thinker. He's a big dreamer. He's got a lot of visions.
tell. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I have to hurt him back. I have to be sure those processes are executed, and it's hard. It's not easy. And, you know, risk for me in my past has been purely financial, and I've worried about money my entire life growing up. I know what it means.
Right.
I know where it came from. I know what you have to do to get to a good
So
place.
y'all are a dynamic duo.
Right on,
Y'all
where you don't
to-
have to do this until you're 80, 90 years old. But guess what? If you're doing what you love, it's not work.
Right.
And when you do it together, working together, you really learn a lot about each other. And it is not all roses and chocolates every day, right, babe?
It's one of the things when you have, and I do this psychology profiles on both of us and how we work together and what her fears are, what her weaknesses, what my whatever.
That's great.
And one of the things that if I let money dictate, I would not be able to do anything. And she's in the sales prevention department sometimes like, no, we can't do it.
Yeah.
Now she's not to that level, but I understand. You know, when you work your life off to accumulate wealth, it can be gone, and do you have the ability to create it again?
Right. It's that risk, right?
So
Risk
Yeah.
management.
one of the
Right.
things that I've made sure in the last 8 years was, can I replicate wealth again?
Okay.
Over and over again. And I can say definitively, yes. If we lose it all today, I'll make it again. Because I've learned what it takes, how money operates, how people think, how the stock market thinks. I'm cracking those codes. I'm just obsessed. And one of the words I wanted to talk about was obsession. You can't do branding if you're not obsessed. You can't be an entrepreneur if you're not obsessed about
And you are
something.
that,
About
obsessed and
something.
passionate.
You
So what's
have
your
to.
obsession?
Learning. So apparently, with my personality, I'm a bodiless snake, which means serpent snakes bite off more than they can chew.
No, I thought you were doing like the
that.
Chinese
So
zodiac
I'll
or
get
something.
into that later. But what that means is my desire and appetite to learn is insatiable. There's nothing that I won't learn. So with the branding, we know we didn't do it correctly on the front end.
Of which one?
Everything.
Okay.
Personal branding, my branding, her branding, our co-branding, our branding for our bar, our branding for our restaurant. We
And
didn't,
I think I can tag on to that, not to interrupt you, but I think before we lose thought is, you know, we bought two businesses that we felt had a good local following that had been established. You know, we just assumed because they were on 59, everybody knew where they were. We assumed everybody had been there. And, oh, I've lived here my whole life. Well, surely you've heard of Scuttlebutt Pub and you've been there, or surely you've been to Foley Coffee Shop, now Foley Brunch and Supper Club. And we've learned connecting with our customers that that's not the case.
And I have heard small business horror stories of you assume things, then
Yep.
you look at the numbers that actually reflect that, but then you get in the business and it's not always apples to
Well,
apples.
you know, there's
Yeah.
two big things that I have always found when starting a business, and this is actually what stops people. Two big things are there's fear
100%.
The fear of doing something new, the fear of taking that leap of faith, that fear of which to a lot of people, they don't like change and it just stops them, cold in the tracks.
Yep.
And the other one is failure. So if you can get past the fear, what if I fail? Right? I'm not. And
What's the worst that can come from it?
Your
And
best
that is
blessing
it.
is
Yep.
I want to fail, but I want to fail fast.
right.
Not 10 years
and
from
I have
now.
learned my
Yes.
entire life that I have failed at a lot of things growing up. I mean, I was in summer school every year in high school. Math and me we are mortal enemies.
Gotcha.
My guidance counselor once told me I could never get into college. I'm not smart enough to get into college. I have a 4-year degree, by the way. And just to prove a point that I could do it. But what I learned from all those failures is life went on. I'm okay. We're still good. It's
You
just
got a little bruise, but
I got a little bruise. And what did I learn? Don't do it that way.
Right.
Do it a different way. And so I just keep trying and trying different ways of succeeding.
Yep.
No matter if there's
You
failure.
have to fail to get to the epitome
You
of
have
success.
to. You're right.
Right.
And if you listen, we brought up fear. You brought up failure.
Yeah. Those are F words that are strong.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was told that if I went to hell, I would destroy hell. That's how destructive I was.
Right.
But now I want to create heaven on earth. I want this utopian society, this subculture that regardless of whether you're red or blue, white or black, green or purple, we can exist together and create a utopian society. And I think Foley,
Love it.
when you look at the history of Foley, and I know we're supposed to be broader regional than this, but
you're in a small town.
we're
that
trying to
a lot of
create.
people
It's
can
a
resonate with.
small town with a big budget, though.
Right. And I think a lot of small business owners are in small to medium-sized towns.
We
and
are,
cities.
and this is not as sophisticated, but this was also strategic. We do a lot of gut instinct things, but coming to this area was strategic. Marti and I had discussions. Let's find the next Amazon stock, and people know what Amazon did for 20 years straight, 25 year-on-year growth for 20 years. Great stock. Let's find the next area in the United States that's going to be our Amazon.
And
That's
we
great.
really feel
thought
Foley
it
is
was,
that.
We thought it was going to be Birmingham.
We
right?
thought at first Birmingham for sure.
Which is not a bad place, and we were starting to do things there, and then I was able to find that first property, boom, 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 and then the rest is history. But we want to tell entrepreneurs the fear thing. You need to embrace failure.
Right.
So when I see a team get beat and they have to play another team, that same team later in the year, the team that won should be scared
Right.
because you won, but the team that lost is going to critique it way differently. So learning to fail fast is because this is all an experiment, right?
Sure.
Your company
On a limited time.
yes,
Yeah, limited time and dime.
Yes.
Right.
So how did you take that quick fail and turn it around and pivot
collapsing
it?
time zones,
What do you mean?
learning quickly.
Yeah.
So I don't have 20 years to learn how to be a developer.
I know, but in the businesses, you said you made
No.
a mistake on the branding.
Yeah, so that's
how
what I'm
did
saying.
you pivot?
You have
We're
to,
still pivoting.
You have
Yeah,
to
I
learn
think.
quickly and utilize your resources to figure out how do I don't have 3 years. Businesses shut down, especially in the businesses we're in. We're in the worst businesses to be in.
Yeah, I would say hospitality is pretty tough.
Okay.
Pretty
Brutal.
tough.
Front,
Brutal.
And we put a
Brutal.
lot of money in it.
Yeah.
And we have to withstand this because we saw in Nashville, now that it's the it city, a lot of businesses, I know business owners that were there doing things that they're doing, and others are doing, they're not doing now. They're making zillions of dollars because they quit too early. So we just got to stick with it,
Right
hang
out
in
the
there
storm.
because the city is changing, the demographics changing, but we're positioned ourselves. They say location. Well, we're in two of the best spots in Alabama.
right.
You know,
Right.
so
And we're intentional. You know,
Yes.
we're definitely intentional. And like we say at the bar and the restaurant, you know, we're in the people business serving alcohol, not in the alcohol business serving people. And the restaurant, we're in the people business serving
so
food,
get into
Yeah.
that
not in the
That's
part,
food
great.
business serving people.
how we see business. We don't see it in dollars. Like we are not forensics in the sense of our numbers.
We're probably pretty bad at it, actually.
Horrible at it.
I mean,
Because we just keep pumping money
yeah.
in everything we have because we believe.
But it sounds like you're pumping heart and soul too.
I feel that we are. And I feel that we, when we do events at the bar and the restaurant and we have wine tasting events and Daniel is curated and they've cooked and we've talked about wine, people are still talking about it 6, 7, 8 months later.
We don't make any money. We lose money.
We don't make any money, and we had an online speed dating. It was a hit, and to the point where they're so glad they came, that it helped them out of their comfort zone. They hadn't been out of it in over 2 years,
Which is a great thing for a small town
so-
because, you think of that
Yeah.
in Nashville, but you don't think of it in Foley, Alabama.
Well, and
No.
it's hard to do this online dating thing. I guess I don't. I'm so glad I don't have
I
to
don't
do
know.
it.
I'm
You
so
know,
far
I know.
removed
I'm
from
so glad I
that.
don't have to do it. Please don't make me have to do it.
but
I'm just saying. I don't want to
healing-
go there.
The healing part,
Yeah.
the healing, the growth,
Connections.
and when your motivation is not money, we crave connection,
Connection's a strong word.
community.
Yeah.
We crave fun. We want people to come together and get in. So a lot of people are moving to our area, but they're running from something else.
Really?
Yeah.
We were in the bar business. We see it. We know. I look at the lunar calendar and I can tell our staff, look, this is going to happen today. Watch out for it.
Oh, I got to believe in that. This week has been insane.
That's all
for
you've been
my
saying
business,
all
and
week.
I keep saying to Ryan, it's the harvest
It's
moon.
she
Yes.
keeps saying
It
it
is the
over and over.
harvest
You start
moon.
looking at it. And now, when I figure the algorithm of how consumers spend money, then I'm going to let you guys know that. But because they all communicate non-verbally, we just haven't, as entrepreneurs, know that. But when we know, hey, this guy's sitting at the end of the bar and I'm watching him, and then our little cat that comes up starts talking to him, and I'll go out there and say, yeah, my wife is divorcing me today. And then all of a sudden I'll say, hey, Marti, go talk to him. And Marti gives this guy, big old guy a hug, and that guy becomes our customer.
Right.
So we have a church there,
It's you called it our pubtuary.
pubtuary.
Oh, that's
Pub swear. I
punctuary.
love that.
Well,
It's a safe place
Ryan,
for it's a pubtuary.
okay, you know that she and I are on the board together, but you know that they connect with John and I too. This is where we do our poker league.
Ah, okay.
But it's not for real money. But that's another
Who
example.
learned it at night?
well, I always
Lindsay
say,
learned it at night
She did.
and dominate these men.
She does pretty stinking
Well,
good.
maybe.
But the thing is,
well, maybe.
Well, maybe,
the group
potentially.
but the group we have there, this is off the subject. They're the nerdiest, nicest guys, and they teach you. She didn't know it. I don't.
Diverse.
Well, I remember she was
But they
sitting
don't
there, and I
teach
say,
you.
"Why don't you come play?" She goes, "Marti, I don't know anything about
But
poker."
they
Well,
taught
And then you showed up the
I
next
like
night.
cards, but yeah, not
Yeah.
real poker.
But they taught you. They were patient enough
Yeah,
to
they
teach
were.
you how to
Patient and
do it.
kind.
Then she starts beating them.
They still love me.
But I think
Exactly.
that's the
She brings them
key.
snacks.
Is
I do. I bring
Yeah,
snacks to
everybody that we meet, everybody that we meet and greet becomes
Snacks.
part of our connection, whatever it is. And it's so important when we're there, and we crack up because sometimes we have to sneak in and sneak out depending on our schedule. It'll take me 30 minutes to get from the front door to the back door, just greeting everybody. Everybody
Because of
gets
that
a hug
connection,
and a
that-
smile.
yes.
And people do ask about us when we're not around. We do, and people have met there. People have got
Married.
engaged there. People have had their first kiss there. People have celebrated their anniversary. People have had their first dates in both locations.
Yes.
Anniversary celebrations. It is about the connection and the intention. And so we come up with the ideas together. How can we bring the events? How can we bring people here? But again, it is about people. It is about the intentions. And it is more not about the money.
It's turning pain into purpose.
Right.
Money is a spiritual thing, so we're going to be fine forever. It's about making sure our employees have the skills, and that's something we've struggled with. A lot of broken people believe it's too good to be true. That you can learn about money, you can learn to get a car, you can get a house, you can own your own house.
So you equip your
We try to,
employees
and a
with
lot
life
of them, and
skills.
they run,
they
they
can
run,
talk
they
to
run,
us.
they run.
They run. When we start getting real close, they're becoming, well, really, they are what they say they are. Like what you see is what you get. We'll have an argument right there in front of everybody. Like we are raw as we
We
can
don't fight
be.
fair.
We don't fight fair. So we say, hey, don't feel uncomfortable. We'll see people go, because it is about being honest. It is about being raw. What you are is what you are, and you want to share that with people. You want to teach them. You want them to learn. It's okay to have a bad day. It's okay to come in with your makeup off your face because you just had the worst phone call ever. Let's talk about it.
But we put it all. So I wanted to buy a bar in Gulf Shores that was for sale.
Yeah.
We were going to build. We actually had a lease for 3.5 years, 4 years, across the street from the beach that we never opened. It was going to be a taco tequila spot.
Talk about painful.
And I had a bar.
Yeah.
So one
A
of the
lease
things
payment?
I manifest is I want all the opportunities to flow through us. Okay, and so I get opportunities. People present stuff, but I couldn't talk Marti into agreement with the one place that's down the street from our house. And looking back on it now, if we'd have done those businesses, we'd have never been in flow.
Right.
So I have to trust the universe. I have to trust when your woman says no sometimes, that you have to go, okay,
Oftentimes.
you know. Well, she says no a lot.
I do.
Most times.
Most times.
She'll come around if I present it and I, you know.
He works
Right.
on me, he knows the buttons.
Yeah, but she kept saying no, hell no, 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 no. So I have to, okay. No is no. So we move on and we keep it moving. But we just want entrepreneurs to know that you're not going to have all the answers.
You're going to make mistakes.
We're going to make mistakes,
Yeah.
and we relish
Wow.
that. And what we're getting ready to build is just I have the ability to see things as they are going to be,
Mm-hmm.
and see through the ugliness and the sawdust and the drywall dust and the sand and the dirt. And
You have the vision.
yes, and that's just something that's
Mm-hmm.
you know. But I also see a vision of people coming together. I
Right.
see a social club upstairs that is not for just white men; it's for all walks of life to get together and solve problems and love people and help others. So it's altruistic, but it's also very, very authentic.
And
Well,
I think, yeah. what
Well,
were you-
and I think in our bar, the same thing.
Mhm.
There's just so many people. It's just from 21 to 85.
Mhm.
And you know what Daniel always says is, I really want a place at Scuttlebutt for people to feel safe. I want Marti and her girlfriends to feel safe. I want, if her mother wants to come, if her mom wants to sit here by herself, I want her to feel safe.
If you can't leave your Louis Vuitton purse, your 70-year-old mother cannot come sit. Put her Louis Vuitton purse down, go to the bathroom, come back and still there. If that's not the case, we won't own it.
Right.
Yeah. And you got to have a place that's safe. We have ladies independently on their own just come and sit there. And they might
All the
be
time.
they might be the only lady and there's 4 or 5 or 6, 7, 8 different gentlemen, but we automatically and our bartenders are trained, hey, watch out for this. We want people to have ladies and guys too, a safe place to come.
Sure.
And Daniel's big on that.
And I know that you've talked a lot about your failures and some about your successes, but I do have to say, from what I know, and also after the interview today, you have stayed very strong to your brand mission, even if you may not have defined it yet, but that is connection and making people feel connected and special and accepted. And so kudos
And
to
inspiring.
you. Yes.
There's a lot of
Yes.
inspiration going on over here that I'm taking away just from my own self, that is just kind of more reassurance as an entrepreneur for me to just keep going and keep dreaming and keep doing.
So one of the things, and this could be another podcast, but is learning about Marti and I, our personality and our biorhythms. I have to recharge before I go out in front of people. I can turn the club up, but I also need that private
I think
time.
that's a good idea. For a future podcast, we need to talk about personalities,
Yes.
disc assessments,
And I have-
I
Yeah.
think
Ooh,
that's a
fun
great
stuff.
I have
idea.
a
Disc
lot of-
assessment.
I know, Ryan.
The podcast.
And it ain't. I
already know what Lindsay is.
Yeah. Are you that too? What
No,
okay.
I'm
But I have a algorithm I'm working on that'll rock you guys' world. That'll be way deeper than you realize. It'll tell you more in 15 minutes than I've been working on this. But that's the thing with Marti and I have to fight her when she starts over giving. I'll say, you got to stay home tonight.
I get real upset too.
she
And you
fights.
listen to him,
She
Mark?
has to. Well, eventually she didn't listen last week and it cost her.
I'm still kind
It cost her
nasally.
because I have to
I ran out of
protect her
gas.
because you got to recharge that battery.
Yeah.
And I if I want I just go crank up the car and leave because
Yeah.
I'm done. I can't give you any more. I'm not going to fake it. I can't be fake. And
Yeah.
and I thought of the word when branding. There's a word RAN in there, RAN. if you ran away, you can't brand. If you keep giving up, you're never gonna get to branding. And that fear thing is, don't worry about the failure. You're failing, not doing it.
Yeah. And you'll never
Looking
succeed.
back
Yeah.
all the time and going, I should have, would have.
Yes.
You know, you got to keep digging, keep pushing, and
And I don't think we have those shoulda, woulda, coulda moments. We really
Yeah,
we
I
really
think you've
don't.
done a great job.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
as
I
we're
do. I
wrapping,
have some. I do. I mean, I have
Not
some.
as many as I think you could.
But you're right. I
But-
think knowing your personality, knowing yourself, knowing what drives you, and knowing what you need when you need to recharge is an important thing. So good future podcast. But we have a little surprise for y'all. It's a little thing that Ryan came up with. But before that, I do want to talk about what we each chose to drink because having 4 guests is
Well,
kind
you
of fun.
know, for me, I'm always
Yeah.
stuck. Even the last time we did this, and I can't get enough of Penelope Architect. I mean, it's just this sweet kind of.
You say that so
Bourbon.
well too.
I know he
I just-
loves,
He
but yeah.
did. Oh, what?
Alcohol kills germs.
Architect. I'm a number 4.
So you're not going to get Ryan's.
Smooth.
It's
Oh, yeah.
smooth.
Which is it? What
Complex.
number was it? I can't
Earthy.
remember.
Oh, smooth, complex, earthy. But Ryan, I want you to open up more. This man is very smart.
That's a third pod. That's
Well,
like,
there-
yeah.
write that down, Courtney. Write that
3.0.
down.
Yeah.
Is that your wife?
Yeah, it's my wife.
She already knows that. We have the
She's the
ability.
brains.
We have the ability to, and I'll talk about later, 9-year wealth cycles. Everybody has a 9-year wealth cycle, and you got to know where you are in your cycle to know when to launch products.
Okay.
That's
there you go.
something we
That's a
can
good
talk
one.
about.
4.0.
Okay, yes, and I'll talk to you
Especially
about
with
that.
where you've been in your world.
I'm gonna
and-
show. I can show
Yeah.
you where everybody is in their 9-year wealth cycle, and it tells you when you should launch your products.
All right. Y'all need to merge on your AI discussions.
So I have something you can help me
I'm
with.
with, yeah.
with
Oops,
that.
and I'm with my tried and true, Blanton's.
Blanton's.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is that what you picked?
I love
Okay.
Blanton's is my favorite. Now, Blood Oath, yeah,
BrandProof.
second runner up.
What did I?
Or
What
maybe
did I
mine.
choose? Ocean.
Ocean.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think- oh,
Oceans.
You did. Yeah. And then,
You can hear the
yeah.
line going.
And tell us, Daniel, what you're drinking.
Blood Oath.
Yes.
Blood Oath.
And what do you think about
Blood
Blood Oath?
I can drink the whole bottle
I know. That's what
Okay.
we
and walk
keep
You
down the
did.
street
That
naked
was the
and
last
not
of
know
it.
the
this
whole bottle.
and get arrested
Blood
because
Oath,
I
would
could.
you like to
'cause-
be a sponsor of the
Yeah,
BrandProof
this is, but
podcast?
apparently this is only one. Well, excuse me. This is they only create a certain amount of bottles, correct?
Correct, per year.
One of its kind. So I like something that not everybody has because it's really hard in Alabama to find unique.
Are you going to carry
Bourbon.
this for my next poker night and give me a discount?
Oh, listen to her.
If you could, okay,
Listen,
so
there
if
she
you,
goes in. She
how do
goes
I-
in for the deep dive.
How do I get it?
I'm doing this podcast
Where
for
do you
y'all.
get
and I
it from? You can get it in Alabama.
I got it at Perdido Liquors in Pensacola, Florida.
You gave
That's
away
not
your-
the same. Yeah, I got to
No,
figure out if
I
I can,
didn't give away my secret place.
but I got to
Okay.
figure out if I can get it in Alabama because Alabama doesn't
I don't
get
know.
everything.
You can
So
Google
Yeah,
it.
I've never
it's
seen
tough.
it. So
All
I've
right.
never seen it in Alabama.
Okay, so for your surprise,
Okay, so
Oh.
we like to do just a little bonus round, just a quick off the cusp kind of thing. So, okay,
I'm ready.
first one,
Sorry, I keep kicking Lindsay.
no, that's okay.
coffee or cocktail?
Oh, cocktail for sure. Well, sometimes usually my coffee has cocktail in it. so both.
Both.
That's a good answer.
That's a good answer. Option
Okay.
3.
Daniel, favorite bourbon?
any rye. I don't
Okay.
really have a favorite. It's whatever makes a good old fashioned.
What does?
Whatever makes a good old fashioned.
Okay. All right. Fair.
All right, next question. A little bit more of a deep thought.
Okay.
What is the first biggest risk you ever took in business?
Dating this guy.
Same thing.
Oh, that's a
Dating
good.
this
Okay,
guy.
this one's for you, Daniel.
Same thing.
Sorry.
That was
100%.
it was not love at first sight.
Wow.
The one brand or business other than yours that truly impresses you. Just off the cuff. We should have like a timer.
The buzzer.
Apple.
Okay. That speaks for itself.
Yes,
and I
it
agree.
does.
All right.
But I don't think that's fair. But because
Yeah.
that's when we should have gotten to think about, because that is a really, really good.
I think it's good to have those high end things to inspire to be and not to be, and everywhere in between. But anyway,
The Warren Buffett does too, and I mean, there's just so many.
yeah.
So many inspirational things out there to get you through your day. Yeah.
So since you guys have been down here in Baldwin County, is there a particular hidden gem that a lot of people don't know about?
Our house. It's where the best drinks and food is actually made.
Just our parking. Yeah, I'd say that. Yeah.
Well,
We have a special house. It's probably one of the most positive energy spaces you can be in. But if you're talking about a restaurant, I like Bellagio at the Wharf.
Yeah.
The value
In Orange Beach.
I love Bellagio.
I just that's my spot. I don't really have any other spots. I love the bartenders that are there.
Okay. And then whose turn is it? Is it yours? Which one? Anyway?
I just went.
Okay. Oh, I meant Daniel or Marti.
Oh, you just go to just general.
The one favorite place in the whole world that you've ever visited.
definitely the BVI, the British Virgin Islands, is on top. And if I were to narrow it down, even microscopic is Joost van Dyke, the Soggy Dollar Bar.
Been there.
Number one
Done
favorite.
that.
I don't have
My number
one
one
yet.
fave.
It's the next place I haven't been, but the Caribbean.
It has gotten
has
you.
is-
You haven't bit.
And you had a painkiller at the Soggy.
I did. That's where we got our painkillers.
But we have a
to our bar.
painkiller. We have a yeah.
Yes.
So
I need to try that. I
Yes,
know.
you do.
when we took it off the menu for a while because people were not.
But we'll make it for
appreciating
you. We'll make it for Lindsay.
Okay.
I have one place that I've been trying to get back to for so long
Tell
because
us.
it's a trip. It's on the island of Bora Bora.
Okay, I haven't been there.
It's a place called Bloody Mary's. Oh my gosh.
I've always wanted
The
to go to
drinks
Fiji
are
or
amazing. The
Bora
food is
Bora.
Never
amazing.
heard of it.
Oh yeah. You should look it up. It's,
okay.
Yeah.
So let's do a podcast there.
Yeah. Let's do a podcast.
You want to do it? Let's roll.
I
Let's
know.
roll.
It's-
Hey,
Let's do
you
it.
wants to?
Let's go.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Fire up
costs
that
are
PJ and let's
through
go
the
there.
roof.
Fire up the PJ.
All we
Right.
need is a tripod.
Right.
All right. You want
And
to
the
end
money
it?
to
Yeah, right,
All
right.
to stay one night.
Last one, Ryan. You can
Okay.
end it. There.
One word to describe Baldwin County's business community.
One word to describe.
We need support.
Evolving.
We need support. The downtown. I see some issues with the downtown area. 98 running through. It's going to hurt the businesses on each side.
So the logistics.
Logistics. Downtown needs to expand. They're looking at it. I'm not on the board. It needs to spread out. Even like where we're putting the Kennedy, downtown needs to go that way to alleviate pressure.
Right.
Because if you park there, how do you back out?
Well, and you know, with any infrastructure looking at with growth, it's sustainability and how to do it. You know,
And you know, we came from Franklin, you know, and we lived there 20 years, 25 years. And, you know, that small downtown from 1st Street to 4th Street, they've got a square. Like, we've been there. We've seen it. You know, we've seen businesses go in there. We've seen, you know, your Afghan shops and your crochet shops and your little antique
Yeah.
places
Other things.
go away into boutiques and restaurants and bars.
Yes.
So we've seen it. We know what it takes to get there. And it definitely is a challenge. And, you know, the city and the people and the patrons and the public and God, we all have to work together to make it better.
We need
and
to
the city
evolve.
has the heart. We have 2 state highways.
Yes.
And that's
Right.
a lot. That's an anomaly.
huge.
That's
so,
right.
well, thank y'all so much
Aw,
for
this is
sharing
so
your
fun.
stories, your wisdom today. You've been so inspirational, motivational.
I don't know if
you
we
guys have
solved
been
anything.
awesome.
I don't know if we solved anything, but
Well, you know, my hope is always for people to take away at least one thing.
Yeah.
One little nugget.
One little nugget, and you can go far with just the one nugget.
drink with the
Right.
people you love.
I
Right.
like that.
Drink with the
motto.
people you love.
That could be your tagline.
Yeah.
That's like at the end of the day,
And even if you don't love them, you're going to love them a little bit better after a bourbon. Or they might love you
And
a
you
little
said
bit better.
you'll be our
out.
first sponsor, right? Scuttlebutt Pub.
yeah.
Scuttlebutt Pub.
Got a butt
Or at
plug.
the
Scuttlebutt
Kennedy.
Pub.
Yeah, we're gonna do
My blood.
a private social club upstairs,
Okay, I like
Kennedy.
it. Yeah.
and with special concerts, piano room. Like that's why we got to hire the best marketing company to know how to market it correctly, because there's so many. You're looking at 8 or 9 different revenue sources. We got to make sure we have the marketing arm to handle almost like a New York PR firm, marketing firm. But here, I want somebody local
Yeah, and we can,
that understands that. So
I can help you with
you
that.
might
so we
help
can
us.
That's what I'm saying. Well, we need to figure that out.
Why, do you know
because
someone?
Maybe.
Yeah, she may.
I know somebody that knows
I might.
somebody.
Good
But
to know.
anyway,
But
I mean,
that's
yeah.
why. That's
Yeah.
why now that we got to get away from the bar,
Mm-hmm.
I can get into entrepreneur mode and understand how we can make sure we grow
Mm-hmm.
something that's going to be. I've already envisioned, I've already manifested. It's going to be a big project. It's going to. I want Ono Island. I saw Ono Island people coming to the barbecue place, and Ono Island, Orange Beach people don't like coming to Foley. They think their credit score drops 100 points. They do. They think they're going to get a disease of some sort because they came, oh my God, I get my license.
Our county is very broad
Oh.
for those that don't know, and it's interesting. As broad as it
Right.
is, each town and city has their own personality.
Like Destin 30A.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So
There's
yeah,
all
it's
sorts of
figuring
type
it
of-
What is
out,
Foley?
and that's just
Foley's
part
like
of it.
Old,
Yeah.
old Destin.
Yeah. Well, I think you have the tools in place, the roots in place. I think
Thank you for
marketing will
supporting
be
us too,
cherry
Lindsay.
on top.
You've been
so.
you and John have been a great support to us and to our bar and restaurant, and I enjoy working with you on the board, and you're inspirational
Thank
to
you.
us and in your thoughts and ideas. And Ryan, it's been delightful to meet you.
Absolutely.
We love being a part of it, hearing your story. And Courtney, thanks in the background back there.
Oh my God, that was
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, without Courtney, this wouldn't be possible.
Right on.
She is
We-
the
Courtney
what,
is the
WBW, world's best,
best
wife,
wife.
and our production manager.
yeah. She without
a
her.
lot of stuff. Huh?
Yeah, especially from Ryan.
Weren't you like accounts payable, receivable, HR at some point?
She was a teacher.
She was a Foley High School math teacher for 20 years.
Oh, she teach
She
you
did.
that math.
She
She's so
retired.
So you need
patient.
to come over to see the Kennedy because Miss Kennedy was a teacher for 25 years.
And she was 20 years. So,
That's a lot.
Yeah. So, all right.
all right. Well, you ready to wrap it up?
I think I am.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for watching this great episode of BrandProof Podcast. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and comment below.
Yes.
And if you've got some suggestions for marketing professionals or small business owners like we had today,
Or if you'd like us to entertain the idea of having you as a guest or guests
Yeah.
like Marti and Daniel did,
please let us know.
Yes. Exactly.
Absolutely. So, like we always say, Lindsay, as we wrap up this show,
Let's do it.
all right, stay bold
Stay you.
and get branded. See you next time.
Cheers.